this morning. The search for Nancy Guthrie enters its 26th day. And a powerful show of unity at the state capitol. Hundreds gathered for the annual fairness rally to advocate for LGBTQ rights and speak out against discriminatory laws.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Thursday, February 26th. The time is now 6 o'clock, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Duswell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I can't believe there's only 2 days of February left.
I know,
That's
right?
crazy. It's just flown by.
Yeah, February is just the shortest month, and it definitely feels like that every single year. But you know what else comes at the end of February? The beginning of a meteorological spring. That's something to look forward to. And these temperatures this morning are definitely on the warmer side as you're heading out the door. I mean, we're talking mid to upper 40s. So definitely not bad temperature-wise, but of course we do have that rain that you have to be aware of as you're starting off your day. By the afternoon, we'll see temperatures returning to the upper 40s and low 50s. So keep in mind, from now until the afternoon, there is a dip in temperatures that'll occur around that 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock time frame. And as I mentioned, we are tracking that rain. Here's a look right now at satellite and radar. A lot of folks across the region dealing with these light to moderate showers. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. We're learning more this morning about a boat attack off the coast of Cuba. Cuba says its border guard troops approached a U.S. speedboat carrying 10 people about a mile off the north coast of the island. Cuban officials say they asked for identification, and the people in the boat started shooting, injuring a Cuban commander. Cuban troops fired back, killing at least 4 people and 6 other injured, arrested and taken to a hospital in Cuba for treatment.
We're going to find out exactly what happened here, and then we'll respond accordingly.
The attack comes as tensions between the U.S. and Cuba have been increasing. Cuban authorities have released the names of 6 of the survivors and 1 of the deceased. They are working to identify the other 3 people killed. The search for Nancy Guthrie enters its 26th day. As we have reported, a reward of $1 million is being offered for information leading to the 84-year-old Kentucky native being found. The Today Show co-host and daughter of Nancy, Savannah Guthrie, mentioned Tuesday in a video they may know that she may already be gone, but her and her family needs to know where she is. She was reported missing on February 1st. It's been just more than 1 month since a huge fire destroyed most of a historic block of buildings in downtown Williamsburg. Now a plan is emerging to deal with the losses and rebuild some of the structures. Williamsburg Mayor Roddy Harrison says he's met with building owners and the Kentucky Heritage Council that runs the Main Street program. He's also been in contact with architects about what's possible regarding preserving parts of some of the buildings. He says he'll be updating the public soon about the next steps. The man accused of starting a fire in downtown London was indicted. Scotty Seeley is facing arson and burglary charges. Police found him inside the Cunningham Law offices on the morning of January 13th. The building was on fire, and investigators think Seeley broke in and started it. Seeley pleaded not guilty and has a court date scheduled for next month. Talk about the economy played a big role in President Trump's State of the Union address this week, and Republicans are already looking for ways to capitalize on the momentum in November's midterms. CBS's Jared Hill has more on the renewed focus on affordability.
Hoping to ride a wave from President Trump's State of the Union, Republicans in Washington are now zeroed in on the midterms, the first primaries less than a week away.
Congress isn't going to run next fall resting on laurels, but rather with great new ideas.
In President Trump's nearly 2-hour address, the economy played a major role, Trump insisting it's thriving.
We are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
A rousing response from supporters in the Capitol Rotunda. But recent CBS News polls show most Americans disagree.
My utilities have definitely gone up. I think grocery prices have definitely gone up as well.
You're going to sit there and complain about my egg prices going down, my gas prices going down. I'm hoping to see it. And if I did see it, then maybe I'd shut my mouth on a few other things.
Around the nation's capital, top House Democrat Hakeem Jeffries slammed the speech.
There was No substance in that speech, but a lot of snake oil.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune argued the president provided Republicans a roadmap for future legislation.
One of the things that will be immediately on that agenda is a housing bill, which gets at the heart of the affordability issue, particularly for younger Americans.
The president also announced a plan for retiring Americans who don't have a 401k. Economic analysts say it could face hurdles in Congress. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Midterms may be months away, but primaries in crucial states like Texas and North Carolina start next Tuesday. At stake come November, the balance of power in Congress and the future of the president's agenda. Senate Bill 162 has passed through the Senate. The bill was sponsored by 3 Republican senators. It focuses on improving and streamlining Kentucky's juvenile diversion process. If put into law, the bill would remove the mandatory Family Accountability Intervention and Response or FAIR team requirement in certain cases, primarily those involving status offenses such as habitual truancy, running away, and being beyond parental or school control. It now heads to the House for consideration. Also in Frankfort, dozens of people called on lawmakers to protect LGBTQ rights in Kentucky. It was the annual Fairness Campaign rally. The Beshear administration and others, including author and Eastern Kentucky native Silas House, voiced their support.
We have to remind people that our votes matter, that legislation actually changes things, and it's a way to implement progress, that we can change Kentucky for the better.
The Fairness Campaign's website includes a list of bills they support and oppose this legislative session. Norton Healthcare in Louisville is raising some concerns after a recent spike in pediatric flu cases. The hospital confirmed more than 2,500 cases of children with the flu in the past week and 5 hospitalizations. Norton says this is the highest spike in Kentucky kids so far this flu season. Health experts say the increase is because of the flu B strain, which is more common in children. And while the strain is usually more mild to moderate, it can still lead to serious issues for younger children and those with underlying medical conditions. Norton pediatrician Dr. Heather Felton talked about some concerns parents might have.
I think some of the most common ones are that they're concerned that you could get the flu from the flu vaccine. It's not possible for that to happen from the flu shot because it's an inactivated vaccine, so it couldn't cause you to get the flu.
She says sometimes you experience things like a little bit of muscle soreness or fatigue after getting a vaccine, but Dr. Felton says that's just your immune system turning on and making antibodies. 15 states are suing the Trump administration over revisions to the childhood vaccine schedule. The lawsuit argues it illegally changed the recommendation status for several vaccines. It cites a federal law that mandates the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices be fairly balanced. The plaintiffs allege the administration violated that requirement by replacing panelists with anti-vaccine activists. The lawsuit and many experts argue the new schedule could harm the health of children. Bill Gates has apologized to his foundation for his past ties with Jeffrey Epstein. His apology comes after documents came out earlier this month detailing a connection between the Microsoft co-founder and the late convicted sex offender. According to the Wall Street Journal, Gates hosted a town hall with Gates Foundation staff Tuesday where he admitted he had 2 affairs with Russian women that Epstein later discovered, but Gates said the affairs did not involve Epstein's victims.
And we're continuing to track that rain chance this morning. Here's a live look at satellite and radar. You can notice that most folks are at least seeing a sprinkle as you're heading out the door. And if you aren't seeing rain right now, you've definitely seen rain over the past couple of hours. So be careful, as there are definitely wet spots on those roadways. And as you look towards Pikeville, you can see how wet those roads are, especially towards that parking lot where all those lights are. You can see those puddles too. So just be careful. Temperatures this morning in a mixture of the mid to upper 40s. We'll see temperatures dropping as we're heading into about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock this morning, and then warming back up into the upper 40s and low 50s by this afternoon. Here's a breakdown of today's planner for you. You can see again that dip in temperatures heading into 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, getting into the low to mid 40s for some. And then as we head into the afternoon, back up to the upper 40s, low 50s. Neely.
Thank you, Megan, and thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. The woman who wants to be the next U.S. Surgeon General was on the hot seat yesterday on Capitol Hill.